If you are struggling to win back-to-back promotions on Football Manager, I am going to show you a tactic that I use to do exactly that. I have taken Blyth Spartans from non-league football, that's the Vanarama, I think League North, all the way to SkyBet League One using a particular tactic. We're currently now in League One, and to be honest, I think I used two systems. The initial tactic was in the Vanarama National League North, and after that I changed it to the new system. So I'm going to put a link in the description so you can get the video that is going to talk about the first tactic that I use. But in this video, we're going to look at the second tactic that took us all the way up to SkyBet League One. You can see the league table from our season in SkyBet League 2. We ended up finishing in second place. We got promoted alongside Swindon, and then we scored about 101 goals. I think we had a goal difference of 54, racking up 97 points. And if we go down to the Vanarama National League, we can go back 2 years, and then we can see that we went on to win the league, scoring 120 goals and racking up 101 points. The tactic is really simple to create, and some players have some internal player instructions, so I'm going to show you how to do it. In case you're playing on console, you can go about creating the tactic for yourself and then follow along and include all the player instructions and team instructions the way you normally would. So I'm going to just clear out some of my players here so we have a clear picture of what the tactic is going to look like, and I'm just going to clear the entire team. And for the goalkeeper, you want to start with a sweeper keeper playing on defend duty. The sweeper keeper has only one instruction, and that is to tackle harder. For your central defenders, you're going to need two ball playing defenders. Two of them are going to play on defend duty, to be honest. And once you have your two ball playing defenders on defend duty, the only instructions you're going to ask them to do is to dribble more. Very important in Football Manager 2024. You're also going to ask them to tackle harder. Now for your fullbacks, they're going to play on support duty, and they're the players that have the most instructions in this system. They're also going to cross more often. They're going to cross on the byline. You also want them to take more risk. You also want them to dribble more and shoot less often. They're also going to tackle harder, but they're going to sit narrower and hold their position. The next position you want to recreate is the defensive midfielder. He's going to play as a roaming playmaker on support duty. And for the roaming playmaker on support, the only instruction he's going to do is to tackle harder, and that's it. Ahead of him, you have two central midfielders, this time playing on attack duty. For the central midfielders on attack duty, you want them to roam from positions. You're also going to want your player to stay wider. You want them to also tackle harder. Now, both central midfielders on attack duty have the same instructions, so you just have to copy them over. Now for the winger, you're going to want him to be an inside forward on support duty, as this works quite well with the fullback on support as well. The fullback is going to be getting ahead, and the inside forward is going to move into the central area. So he's going to sit narrower, he's also going to tackle harder, and he's going to hold up the ball. Now the inside forward on both sides have this instruction. They are currently set to attack duty, by the way. So you can just go ahead and copy the instruction for the inside forward or the left hand side. So they both have the same instruction. For the striker, you can keep the advanced forward and then ask him to just tackle harder. For the team instructions, I'm going to start with the in possession instructions first, and for that you're going to want your team to play with shorter passing. You're also going to want them to pass into space. They're going to play low crosses this time because it does help in this game, especially in the lower leagues. And since the fullback is getting all the way up to the byline, you can actually cross the ball along the ground for the striker to score a tap in. You're also going to want your team to run at defense, but I've seen an instruction here that I don't see so often in most tactics, which is to get more discipline, or you're asking the team to be a bit more disciplined. They're also going to focus their play down the left and on the right flank, playing slightly higher tempo and also sitting very narrow. For the in transition instructions, you only want the team to play counter press, counter instruction, and then your goalkeeper, you're going to want him to distribute the ball quickly and roll it out to any of the players that are in the back line, or even the playmaker if he drops that deep. Now for the out of possession instruction, you're going to have the team play with a much higher defensive line. They're also going to stay in a mid block, which is quite unique. It's just something that I feel works very well in the lower leagues. You're not overly pressing the opposition, so there's space for you to work with over here, but you're still going to press relentlessly when the ball gets into your pressing region. The team will also try to prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. They'll also get stuck in and step up more. Now for the last instruction, you have to switch the mentality all the way up from balance to attacking mentality, but I do recommend starting balance in some games, as it does help us, and I think it did help us in some very difficult games. So that is the system that I used to get Blyth Spartans all the way from Vanarama National League to the SkyBet League One. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the tactic, and let me know how it works out for you. There will be a link in the description so you can go ahead and download the tactic for yourself in case you can't go ahead to create it. And for more Football Manager tactic videos like this, do well to go and check it. And if you want to know the Football Manager tactic that actually works for any team and all teams in Football Manager, the very best Football Manager tactic of all time, go ahead and watch this video next, and I'll see you there.